Welcome all to the SnailTrail4x4 podcast. If you like going off-roading in Toyotas, wrenching on Toyotas, camping in Toyotas, and maybe even poking a little bit of fun in Toyotas, and of course hearing about how fantastic flex tools are in Toyotas, then this is the podcast for you. That's right. Ladies and germs, my name's Tyler, and joining me today in the podcasting studio once again is Mr. Podcast himself, Jimmy Jet, the popular one.
I don't know about that.
How you doing, man?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just I'm freaking out a little bit over the upcoming summer.
Yeah.
It's going to be a busy summer.
It is. Yeah. We both said we're going to try to take it easy this summer.
Yeah.
We're not going to go to as many events. We're going to not do as much.
How does your schedule look?
Oh, it's jam packed.
Right. Oh man. Yeah. Fun times. Yeah, dude. So Thursday episode, we get to talk about some fun things we've been up to, but we have some updates for everybody first.
Yes, we do.
We have some updates about some giveaways with Flex Power Tool Month.
Yeah, we have some more winners.
We have some wieners. We've got some voicemails. We've got some reviews to get to. We've got, I think, a couple fun stories because somebody went camping recently.
Yes. My neck still hurts.
Your neck. Oh, geez. Well, see what that story is. So yeah, we got a fun episode lined up for you guys today. We got just a heads up as we are looking over the next couple of weeks. Jimmy has a medical procedure coming up.
Yes, you could say that. Well, we're saying goodbye to Bali.
I'm saying goodbye to Bali. And so we'll see how with that combined with Overland Expo PNW, there's going to be quite a bit of time where we're going to be out and about over the next few weeks,
and or down
and out,
down and out for the next couple weeks. Yeah.
So we'll hopefully we have a plan, I think, to keep up with the recording schedule and keep episodes coming out for you guys. But if we miss a day, sorry, I apologize. But I think we're going to be okay. Just I'm not for certain. We'll see how it goes.
Yes.
So anyways, that's coming up over the next couple weeks, busy few weeks coming up for us. And then we've got, I don't know, let's see, what should we get into?
Well, why don't we start with what we're giving away, and then we'll get to what the winners.
Gotcha. So the current contest for the week?
Yeah, there's a current contest for the week, and then our monthly giveaway, and then Sweet. The Yokohama giveaway.
Gotcha. Yeah, so many giveaways. We got... All right, so let's see. For this new contest for the last week of the Flex Power Tool Month, we are doing, I think, which was, I want to say it was our bigger hit contest of the contests we do during Power Tool Month.
Definitely the most active ones.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this one's fun because typically whenever you see social media contests going on, it's like, hey, tag 3 buddies, and then you are the winner.
Correct.
This one, we thought it would be a little more fun to tag one singular buddy and you both win.
Yeah. And your buddy wins.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
So you can, everybody who is getting tagged, you can thank your friends for tagging you because that means they want you to win some tools with them. So the kit that we are doing for this giveaway is it's kind of a bigger kit. It's kind of nice. Mm-hmm. It's the circular saw, sawzall, drill, and impact, 1/4-inch impact, I believe.
I don't know if you can use the word sawzall.
Oh, reciprocating saw.
That's a brand
circular
name.
Saw.
Yeah. I think skill saw is okay to use though.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Forgot about that. So anyways, 4 tools.
4 tools. We got the circular saw, reciprocating saw. There's an angle grinder and the turboed drill.
There you go.
In there. I believe it comes with 2 batteries and the charger and probably a bag of some sort to carry everything in.
Yep.
We also are, because we felt that this pack was really good, but we felt that it was lacking something. We're throwing in the 1/4-inch impact drills in there as well.
Oh, we are?
Yes.
Nice. That's why there's so many impacts that showed up. So we had all the 1/4-inch impacts from the beginning of the month. And then we've got more here in this one.
Yeah, we should.
So
have a bunch for sure. Yep.
There was a lot. So
Yep. Good.
Sweet. That's awesome. Yeah. That's a fun, cutting package essentially, and a drill and impact. So, we got 2 of those. So tag a friend and you and your friend win. That post that you can, reply on and tag your buddies is up over at SnailTrail4x4 on Instagram. And we did a collaboration with the 4x4 Toyota Tyler. So, if you post on either one, it should show up on the post that we'll be counting from.
We currently have 900 comments.
Holy crap.
Yes. And it's been up
a day. Yeah.
Since we're recording this ahead. However, 4x4 Toyota Tyler was invited to be a collaborator, but it has not accepted yet.
I accepted this morning.
Oh, no, well, not as of, no, it doesn't show you did.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's annoying. I thought
Jerk.
No. Hold on. We're going to fix this right now.
Tyler's going on to Instagram. Okay, my fault.
Ha!
I
Sucker.
needed to refresh Instagram, apparently.
Must be an Android thing.
Yeah. No, it just must have been an app that was open that since yesterday.
Yeah.
That hasn't refreshed that part. But okay, so
That's
yeah,
funny.
Tyler is, I do apologize. You did it correctly. You did a good job. Congratulations.
Thank you.
He is tagged in there. So yeah, either one, if you go to Tyler's web or Tyler's Instagram or my Instagram, you will find the post.
Mm-hmm.
You can comment on them. And we have 2 winners. You, the person that tags, the person that writes, the person that comments, that's the word I was looking for, and the person that they tag will both win.
Nice.
Please don't tag people that we can't get a hold of.
Yeah. Don't tag Donald Trump again, please. That's
or Katy Perry.
Or Katy Perry.
Or
Yeah.
who was the other? We got some of the, but we do want you to tag
Dax Shepard.
and Richard Hammond.
Yes.
We would like those guys tagged.
Yeah. Tag Dax Shepard and Richard Hammond.
Yeah. We want them on the podcast. So we want them to know who we are.
Oh, that's funny.
And it would be awesome if they won.
Yeah. Right.
Then we'd have to get in contact with them to give them their goodies.
All right. So cool, man. You and a buddy are going to win some really cool tools. 5 tools, 2 batteries and a charger and probably some carrying bag in there.
Yeah.
But we got 2 of those for everybody.
Yep. Super exciting for that. We're also giving away for the Snail Squad members an even bigger package. I think it includes more things. I'm not even entirely sure what it has. Do you know?
I want to say it's like 6 or 7 tools plus I think we got a 4.5-inch grinder and the portaband.
Correct.
So it's like 8 or 9 tools altogether. Yeah.
It was pretty much every tool that they had out when we started this.
Mm-hmm.
And now they have more tools out.
Yep. So yeah, I got to look at the portaband. It's nice.
Oh yeah.
I saw the box immediately. And I was like,
did you open it up?
No, but I was debating. I was like, I wonder if I am confident in my repackaging skills to put it all back so it doesn't look like it was open. Oh man. But yeah, so that's the big giveaway for the end of the month. That is for Snail Squad members only on the $10 tier. So 10 or 20, I guess. So if you guys want to get involved with that, make sure you are signed up over at irate4x4.com and you do that before the end of the month.
Yeah.
So
few more days.
Couple more days here. So speaking of irate 4x4,
okay,
I got a note that some stuff is in for the next gift box.
Oh, oh, excellent.
Yeah. So
in front and at their location or being shipped
at their location, and I'm going to send them a shipping label today.
Okay.
So they'll start coming over, working their way over here.
Sweet.
Yeah.
We'll talk off air about all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
I was getting text messages as we were setting up the recording studio today. So
okay,
we'll talk off air.
Yeah. Sweet.
Yep. So there's that. Let's see. What else do we got? Yokohama giveaway.
Speaking of reviews that we're going to be doing here coming up, we have the Yokohama giveaway that happens at 750 reviews. Once we get to 750 reviews, we are giving away a set of tires.
Yes, sir.
Pretty much any tire you want that Yokohama makes, they're
pretty much
willing to offer to give up.
Yeah. There's a couple exceptions to that, but I mean, it's not a lot,
No.
which is pretty freaking cool of Yokohama to do that. So I'm actually looking forward to a trip. Sounds like we're going to get to be with some of the Yokohama people out on the Rubicon Trail.
Yes.
Later this year.
Yeah. I'm quite excited for that as well.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. That's going to be one hell of a trip because it's during the same weekend as Marlin Crawler Roundup, MCR. Yeah. So I'm going to be going in the trail with MCR and then coming back out the trail and then traveling back in with the Yokohama people.
Yep.
So hopefully the Forerunner is going to be all dialed in and ready to go.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll find out how that goes here in a little while.
Yep. Cool,
Sounds
man.
Good.
So yeah, that's our giveaway with Yokohama at 750 reviews. If you've already put in a review, trying to get to the 500 for the winch reviews or winch giveaway, then you're already entered for the Yokohama tires. You don't need to enter again, but you are more than welcome to enter as many times as you want in this one.
Absolutely. So. All right, let's get over to who won the stackers, and then let's go to actually reading one or two reviews.
Cool.
Maybe we did those a little out of order, but
yeah, whatever.
Anyways, we were on the giveaway roll.
Yep. So we have the two stackers, which was a giveaway of, we posted a picture of the stackers, the Flex stackers, and you had to take that picture and repost it on Instagram with a hashtag. The hashtags got all messed up, so we ended up going through the hashtags and tags. So anybody that tagged SnailTrail4x4 or put in a hashtag, we took all of those for the giveaway.
Correct. Yep. We took all those into account because for some reason it wasn't working the way that we had planned it to work. Yeah. The way that the first one went. Yeah, right? Seriously. That was a hashtag. Yep. But yeah, for some reason this one, it didn't pan out the way we had planned.
Instagram didn't like that hashtag for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So anyways, we got two winners.
We do have two winners.
Who are they?
I'm going to butcher this one.
That's why I asked.
I was going to have you read it. So we had a few entries. What do we have? Like 18 entries.
Yeah, right around there.
The first number that came up was number 10, which was Brianaspleund.
Sure.
Something like that.
Brianaspleund.
Yep. We'll write you on Instagram. We got your Instagram name. You probably realize that your last name's always mispronounced and you know who you are.
Most likely.
And then the next one was actually number 8, which was Thaiboxerwayne.
Nice.
I can read that one.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
So is it Thai as in like Tyler? Tyler Boxer?
Thailand.
Yeah. Got it. So Thai
Boxer.
Thaiboxer.
Yeah. Perfect. THAI.
Sweet. So that's a cool winning. You guys won a really sweet set of Flex stackers. There's 3 stackers in each kit.
Correct.
So those are back there as well. They're in some really big boxes. So we'll get in touch with you guys, get your shipping addresses. And again, all of the stuff, all the winnings for Flex Tool Month, we will ship out all at one time in July after we get the final winner for the Snail Squad giveaway.
Perfect.
But yeah, those are big boxes.
Those are big boxes.
So that'll be a fun one to see arrive on your guys' doorsteps. Keep on the lookout for in your DMs. Jimmy's going to slide into them. So
yes, I am.
Good job. All right. So we got a couple of reviews.
We do. Well, are you ready for the reviews? Because I was going to just touch on July 15th real quick.
Go for it.
I'm going to be out at Fastener Tool Outlet off of Power Inn Road with Lawless Corey. We're going to be hanging out there a good chunk of the midday, and we're going to be showing off and highlighting Flex Power Tools, Flex Power Tools. So if you're interested in getting your hands on and testing and playing with some power tools, come on out. It would be fun to see you guys. Bring your off-road rigs because I'm going to take Bobcat down there, and it'd be fun to post or get a bunch of these off-road rigs up in the middle of this parking lot and have everybody look at us like we're crazy.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I thought you were going to try and see how many rigs you can park on top of.
Yeah.
Get pictures of.
Try that as well. If you're okay with a little body damage.
Yeah. Perfect. So yeah, that weekend, I do have clarification. The Mad Hatters, my club, is going to keep their date for our summer picnic. So I will be out at that. They're just changing the location.
Got it.
So,
okay.
Yep.
It'll just be Lawless Corey and I. Tyler's off gallivanting in the mountains somewhere.
Yep, I got some responsibilities as vice president I have to be out at. So I love you guys. I know some of you guys listen. I'm not just saying that because it's obligatory. I don't know, whatever it is. Anyways, see you guys out there. All right, so some reviews for everybody. This one came from a Miata Gene.
Wow.
Yeah, we have to create a
Did
Miata
they even
podcast.
make 4x4 Miatas?
There's a couple in Nevada City, I think.
Are there?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're really just a Miata on, I think, a
Toyota chassis.
Yeah, Toyota chassis of some kind. Yeah.
As long as it still has the rotary motor, that'd be badass.
Right. So it says, not just for Yodas. It says, great podcast, even if you drive something other than a Toyota. Of course, you will hear a lot about working on what they want to fix or improve, but there is a lot more, especially if you're interested on the Rubicon Trail or other areas in the Sierras, or if you're thinking about getting a ham radio for trail comms. All in all, really good way to pass the time while waiting to get back outside.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Miata. Next one. It's a longer one as well. I got to get to view the whole thing. It's from RT Soros. I said what I said. So
I'm going with it.
Sure. Artie. It says, perfect Toyota Crawler podcast. I really like these guys. It's exactly what I was looking for in a Toyota podcast, mostly focused, I'd say, on the earlier trucks from the 80s and 90s, but it's got great content on camping gear, overland gear, tools, and everything you'd be interested in as far as off-roading in Toyotas is concerned. Keep up the good work, boys. Also love that the episodes get dropped fairly frequently, which makes long drives fun.
Thanks, Artie.
Yeah. Let's see. We got one from Matt 9mm.
Ooh.
I don't know if that's in reference to a firearm or a measurement of something.
Bolt size.
9mm bolt. Really enjoy the podcast. Lots of good info on trail gear, repairs, good wheeling stories, etc. Always listen in the shop and learn something new in almost every episode. Keep it up. That's impressive.
Yeah.
And
it's what you probably learned new was not correct information.
Right. I wouldn't come to us to learn something new. And last one for today will be from Dynamic Brad, as opposed to Static Brad. It says, best Toyota podcast. Well, kind of. Just kidding. Well, it's the best solid axle Toyota podcast. Is there an IFS Toyota podcast? Is he talking about the Trail Chasers, maybe?
Maybe. Well, or Toyota Garage.
Toyota Garage, maybe. Say Toyota Chasers, they only have a solid axle Toyotas left.
Do they?
The FJ80.
The FJ80?
Yeah.
Yeah. There could be a Budget Overland, Benji. He's got a independent third gen 4Runner podcast.
That's true. The peasant IFS podcast. He goes on, they are knowledgeable and can explain well, as long as it's not about camper drawers.
Camper drawers?
Yeah.
Because we don't have those.
No, I think he's talking about when I was trying to explain the trailer. The trailer drawers.
Yeah.
The interviews of different people in the industry are great. Lots of trail history, and their passion for rock crawling is obvious. They actually use their rigs. Would love to see them build a 4x4 long travel IFS rig, since more and more Toyotas on the trail are this setup. But that's me being selfish, since that's what I'm doing. I've listened to every episode. 5 out of 5 would listen again. I mean,
well, if you get bored, you can just start over.
There you go. Yeah. It'll be all like new, since you don't remember it all anyways.
Yeah.
Well, we both have we're both building IFS rigs, sort of.
Kind of.
I
have a Toyota IFS rig.
I have a 4x4 IFS rig.
Yep.
That's funny.
I don't know if I'd go long travel though. I would do the way after watching Josh's rig in Cruise Moab, Rusty Nail.
Yeah.
I was very impressed.
Yeah.
And I think it would be fun to do a long travel IFS kit on an older rig. Older rig.
Not the third gen.
I've also always thought it'd be fun to do an IFS on a first gen truck.
Oh, that'd be funny. Convert it from solid axle to IFS.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're going at that far, you might as well do IRS too on that rig.
Yep.
So
that would be badass.
That'd be fun.
And a 22 RE in the front and in the bed.
Yeah, so you got a 8-cylinder. So you got a V8
Exactly.
or inline 8.
And the rear, an inline 8. And the rear one probably is going to power the front axle.
Yeah. You could probably, I'm thinking about it. I wonder if
I could get that Z set up like in boats or the V drive.
Yeah. The V drive. I was thinking you could just do essentially the output of the engine directly into your front differential.
Yeah.
And then do the same on the rear, and then you have to rev match.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'd have to figure out how to do the gears and all at that point, but
yeah,
it'd be fun.
Fun projects.
Yeah. Well, thanks guys. Thanks everybody for writing in once again. You know, we're doing every 50 reviews. We're going to give away a swag pack, and at 750 reviews, we're doing the Yokohama giveaway.
Yep. Should be a lot of fun. I'm excited for the Yokohama one. I'm going to have to find a way to sneak in a bunch of,
for some reason, this guy wants 8 tires. I don't know.
All right. So that does reviews.
Excellent.
We got some voicemails.
Okay.
We have 3 of them today.
Oh, how fun.
I recognize 2 of them at least. Oh, third one. I don't know if he's called in before. We'll see.
You know, I kind of like the way Benji does his off-road shenanigans episode.
I don't think I've listened to one of the off-road shenanigan ones yet.
It's mainly just voicemails. Oh. It's just him giving us very quick update of things that he's doing and what he's up to, and then goes to some voicemails. Nice. And that's the entire episode.
Oh, nice.
And so I kind of think it's neat that it's almost a dedicated episode to just people calling in and doing voicemails.
Yeah. If we got more people calling in, we could do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
throw in a 3rd episode in a week.
Yeah. And I think it'd be kind of cool with all my free time and everything to actually listen to the voicemails prior and then do some research on answering questions that people might have.
Yeah.
And trying to figure out, if somebody wrote in and said like, why is an 8-inch, stronger than a 9-inch or whatever. And then I can say they are not, and this is the pros and the negatives. I think that'd be a fun thing to kind of do, but
I'd be down to kind of do that. It'd be a lot in the research. I think that there's a lot of stuff that you and I can figure out without putting in a ton of time into research, but I think that could be kind of fun.
Yeah.
We can listen to voicemails beforehand and then start another segment and just have a 3rd airing. And if we don't have a 3rd airing that week, it's because nobody called in.
Yeah, we could do that. We could see if we'll figure that out. But it made me think of it because on the most recent one of the off-road shenanigans on the off-road or the budget off-road podcast, somebody wrote in and said he's a car guy, but he's getting into overlanding. Should he get like the traditional 4Runner or Jeep or, Land Cruiser or something generic that everybody has? Or, should he get something that's more up his alley? He sounds like he's a Euro car guy because he was talking about Porsches or a Mercedes or something like that would be more unique, cost more money, but it'd be more unique in the overland community.
Build a McLaren.
Yeah, right.
There you go.
And,
and P1
Benji
McLaren.
did a great job at answering it. He said, he answered pretty generically. And then in my mind, I was thinking, but what about the offerings of products, right? Because now if you're going with something that isn't pretty much a standard, you're probably going to have to make everything yourself.
Yep.
If you want a lift kit, you're going to have to figure that out. Yep. If you want bigger tires and you're going to have to do clearance, you're going to have to figure that out.
Yep.
Where if you get a standard overland rig,
get a JL,
all the answers are there for you. And it took Benji a second to get there. But I think, and he got there and he answered it flawlessly. Yeah. But I think if, he listened to the episode or the voicemails earlier, or if somebody called in and said that to us, we could go down a whole rabbit hole on stuff like that.
Well, we kind of have an episode sort of planned. It's a topic idea, right? In our list of topic ideas that kind of falls along that line.
Yeah.
And so that may be something that we could hit on in the upcoming weeks.
Well, and we did have a listener call in and tell us that they wanted an episode on a specific topic in regards to like compressors and stuff again. So
that's true.
And we're going to get to that at some point. So, that you can always do that. If you want to call in and you have a suggestion for an episode, call in and let us know. And we'll take that into our consideration of everything we got going. So
cool.
Anyways, we got 3 voicemails.
Let's do it. First one is somebody we haven't heard from in a while.
Oh, Donny.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Let's see what Donny's got to say.
All right. And by the way, Donny, Toyotas do not suck.
Did
you lose it?
I did lose it. Oh, here we go.
Delete it? Dang
it. All right. No, I didn't delete it. So we still get to hear from Donny. Here we go. What does Donny got to say?
They like me. They really like me. I can't believe I finally won something after all this time. But are you really sure you want Donny to show up? Because, I mean, he's the kind of guy that drinks all your whiskey or your beer or your scotch or basically any bottle you can find. And then, his, chair is defective and he falls over and stuff. That's dangerous. You got to be careful. I guess, really, as long as Donald doesn't show up, because no one likes hanging out with Donald. He's no fun at all. Anyway, I feel obligated to point out that Toyotas, they don't suck if they're delivering free power tools. Thanks, guys.
That's funny.
That is pretty good. Yeah, Donald has names like James.
Yeah, James, Jimbo, Jimmy, Jim.
Yeah, exactly.
Jambalaya.
Yeah. So there's many layers to a James. It sounds like there's many layers to a Donald as well. I also want to point out that I got in contact with Project Golden Badger, and he said that it's funny that 2 Rover people got picked.
Oh, is
and
he
I
a
said,
Rover guy?
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. We must have picked the wrong name. And he's like, well, how about I just promise not to use the flex tools on the Rover? And I said, deal. Okay, we'll give them to you.
True. Yeah. I mean, I would agree with that.
Yeah. But yeah, it was kind of funny. So yeah, Project Golden Badger and Donny got picked. And they're both Rover guys, and then Budget Overland.
Disgusting.
Who has a Toyota. So at least one Toyota guy out there got some fun tools.
Well, cool. Yeah. So thanks for calling in, Donny.
Yeah. Good to hear your voice again. It's been too long.
And I'm okay with drinking most of the whiskey. Yeah. Because that means you leave my White Claws alone.
True. And you left a little for me.
All right. So next voicemail here is from Robert Flora. So let's see what Robert has to say.
Have we heard from him before?
I don't think we've heard a voicemail from him. I'm pretty sure I've talked with him on Instagram though.
Got it. Okay.
Hey, Jen. It's Robert from Florida. Just wanted to give you a quick bit of information fact that I've kind of been researching. The 17 of the big cargo ships in the world produce more emissions than every single car in the world. So I don't think it's a car problem as much as a ordering stuff not local problem. I think that would cut down a lot of the carbon. Anyway, see you guys back.
Interesting.
Yeah, I've never thought about that or knew that.
I've thought about it, but I've never heard that statistic before.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that is interesting. I've also wondered about airplane emissions.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine those are very low.
Yeah.
They go through. Yeah. One time when I flew somewhere, I tried to factor how many gallons me as an individual was using to fly to from California to Europe or something like that. And it was not a very pretty number. It was a lot of fuel.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm sure those emissions aren't pretty low.
Yeah.
I think, and that, I mean, if we're not doing a greenhouse episode here.
No.
But, I think there's any little thing might help. But yeah, I think that, us moving to electrical power tools and us to electrical, compressors and generators and stuff it's not going to save the world.
I don't think so either. Yeah. It's not going to save the world, but it's going
to help.
It's going to help. And it's something that we can have some control over.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we're going to have any control over cargo ships.
Yeah, we're not having electrical cargo ships anytime soon. Yeah, that's for sure.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, but that's very interesting. And sometimes, these statistics are eye opening and you just got to figure it out. So, I mean, yeah, if you, grow your own food or, buy locally or buy USA made, it would definitely help in some of those emissions.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Cool. So, last one voicemail. Looks like it's from Florida Frank.
Oh, yeah. 2 guys from Florida.
I know. Let's see what Florida Frank has to say here. This is a longer one.
Hey, gentlemen. This is Florida Frank, Mud Raider. Got like 4 names on this show. It's funny. So why are you guys still bothering with Patreon? I mean, you're making things wait and all that. People have had plenty of time to switch over to irate 4x4. Why you bothering? You're being too nice. Just like 6-shooter, whatever, and the other person, they're just SOL. They want to keep donating monthly, so be it. But obviously they're not listening that you said switch over to irate 4x4. Just wonder, call me crazy. It's one of those, Florida duh moments. That's all. Keep wheeling. Oh yeah, bye-bye.
That's funny. Yeah, I don't know.
We are too nice.
We are, yeah.
I think that's really it.
Yeah, I agree.
I think we're not dealing. The thing is that we don't do anything on Patreon anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's just whoever was signed up there is signed up there.
Mm-hmm.
And we just haven't closed it down completely.
Yeah.
But I mean, we could.
Yeah.
It just hurts the people that are there. All 6 of them or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. There's only 6 people left. So I don't know. The only thing it's hurting, I guess, everybody else that has gone over to irate 4x4 is that it takes a few more days now. It takes one more week to figure out the winners.
We usually get the payment from Patreon by the 5th.
Yeah.
So, and then it's whenever we record on a Tuesday after a 5th.
Yeah.
That we have to wait.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. We'll take it into consideration. Maybe we'll message the people on Patreon and see if we can get them to move.
Yeah.
And then maybe we'll close it down.
Yeah.
Or we'll open it back up and make everybody move back to from irate.
Just to fuck with everybody.
Yeah. It's like, what other platforms are out there besides OnlyFans? Don't say OnlyFans. We'll make somebody move to those. Isn't there like a give me coffee or pay for my coffee or something like that? That's similar to Patreon.
I might be able to do something on Fiverr.
Yeah.
Oh man. That's funny.
Yeah. So I don't know, Frank, I think the real answer is we're just too nice.
Yep. Yeah, I was kind of thinking about it while he was saying that. He goes, "You guys are just too nice." I was like, "Yeah, probably." All right, so cool. Those are 3 fun voicemails. Thanks everybody for calling in.
Yeah, excellent.
Frank, Robert, and Donald.
You know, it's funny. I just got a text message from Don.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He said, "I think I passed a stout in Sausalito." I think he said.
Oh, Sausalito.
I think I just passed a Toyota stout in Sausalito.
Nice.
At least it looked like some sort of strange old looking Toyota.
Did it have funny little headlights that stick up out of the fenders?
Out of the front fenders.
Yeah. Anyway,
so, too cool. I'm sure, Donny, you thought to yourself, that's the coolest looking rig ever, and you want one, and you're going to be a Toyota fan forever. He's selling
all of his Land Rovers now, Range Rovers, whatever those things are.
Both. Same thing.
Same thing.
All British.
Yeah. He's making the switch now.
Sweet.
I knew it. All right, man. So I think that does it for
all the updates. 30-something minutes in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's some fun stuff in there, though.
Yeah. It's busy. This month is busy, especially with all the power tool month going on. There's just a lot going on.
Yep. So cool, man. We are still frozen up in the Sierras.
Yeah.
So there's not a whole lot of wheeling going on.
There's some.
There's been a bit. There's been quite a few people getting out to the Rubicon.
Yep.
People have made it all the way through from Loon Lake to Observation now.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And somebody else tried to come in from Tahoma towards Observation and made it as far as Miller Lake.
Oh.
I think it's as far as anybody's gotten from that side so far.
Okay.
So nobody's
not very far.
Yeah. Maybe a third of the way.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's unless you have a really cool rig like Ron Burgundy, the tracked quad that Nick Bailey has.
Okay.
Nobody's made it in from Tahoma yet to Observation Point. So
wow.
Yep.
Yeah, I did hear that there were people at the springs this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a lot of water on the trail and a lot of water in the rivers and creeks and everything. And it's there's still a lot of snow out there, but people are making it pretty far now.
Yep. The Granite Loop is all clear.
Oh,
so there's no snow on the trail in the Granite Loop.
Oh, cool.
Which is pretty impressive. And so, that means that we're getting to the point where things are about to be wide open finally.
Yes.
So
except for Fordyce.
Yeah, Meadow Lake is still frozen solid.
Yeah, we have reports of Horton making it into Meadow Lake.
Yep.
I don't know how he did it, but he did. There's still snow all over the place. And he said that, Meadow Lake is still frozen over, completely solid.
Frozen solid. I don't know how that guy does a lot of what he does in his truck.
Yeah, I know. Forerunner. Yeah. For sure. And I know a bunch of people that have wheeled out to the first river crossing and the river's flowing at like 1,000 CFM.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So there's no crossing it. I mean, there might be some guy that with a canoe out there or something, but so there's pretty much, you can wheel out to the first river crossing. That's about it. Then you turn around and come back.
Yep.
But there's, wheeling over Sunrise Hill and stuff is still, that's a fun time. But so who knows? Nobody's really gotten into committee area as far as I know.
Not that I have heard. I'm sure you can make it up Rattlesnake Road. I'm just not sure what the conditions are of Rattlesnake Road. So.
And coming down that side is on the north side of the mountain. So I don't know if there's snow there or not at this point. So.
Yeah, it's a good question.
Yep.
So that's kind of snow wheeling. It's the wheeling conditions right now with the snow levels up in the Sierras. It seems like the snow level is still around 7,500 feet. But it's like it goes from zero snow to a lot of snow. And there's not a whole lot of in between right now. So the passes all still have a lot of snow up there. Meadow Lake and Fordyce. We may be able to do ice skating at Sierra Trek this year. So we'll see.
That'd be a lot of fun.
That would be a lot of fun. So that's conditions. I haven't been up to a whole lot because the Forerunner is getting worked on. Okay. I did realize I kind of like had one of those moments where I woke up out of in like a cold sweat kind of thing, panic. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I never got sway bars.
Oh.
So I had a short talk with Brian, 4-Wheel Underground, about sway bars. And so I think we have a plan of where we're going to go with sway bars. So I need to order those up and have them delivered up to Ori. And then as far as I know, everything's just getting torn down right now. I haven't heard any updates so far. So
I wonder if I need sway bars.
Probably.
Yes. Especially since it is to some extent still going to be a road rig. So I wonder now if we get the same sway bars.
I don't know. So Brian's theory was sway bars. So he has talked to the owner of TK1 Racing.
TK1.
And the owner has said that they do 3 levels of heat treated sway bars.
Okay.
And the owner has claimed that it doesn't really do anything for like rock crawling off-road applications.
Just racing.
But he has military contracts. And apparently the heat treating matters to the military contracts.
Interesting. Okay.
And so he just decides to do all of his consumer sales the same way.
Yeah.
So there's 3 levels of heat treating. So I'm not going to be too concerned with that. I think I'm going to just do the lowest level of heat treating. That way it's the most flexible that it can be, sway bar. I'm going to go with the widest sway bar they have, the longest one, I should say, because all that I've got wide axles. So I'll have plenty of room for packaging and figuring that out. But I think I'm going to go with the thickest, baddest, beefiest sway bar he has.
Okay.
With the theory that I can put it on a lathe and lathe it down to whatever I want it to be. But if I mess up getting a sway bar that's too small, then you can't really add material back to it to make it a better, a more anti-sway.
Okay.
Right.
Interesting.
So that's the theory I'm going to go with. And we'll start at super stiff because I'm going to have a taller rig with a weight up high being a Forerunner, and we'll lathe it down and take it off and lathe it down and see how it goes. So it's going to take quite a bit of runs, I think, to get it dialed in.
But I'm not even entirely sure how sway bars get put together. Is it just bushings on each end of the tube that runs through like the frame typically, and the bushings hold the bar in place, and it's the amount of twist in the bar that keeps the rig kind of or stable? It's
a combination of the twist in the bar and how long your arms are.
Like a big torsion bar.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a big torsion bar. And so it's between the amount of twist the bar can do for how much load you put into it and the length of your arms. So the longer your arms are, the more your suspension can droop out before it starts twisting the bar.
Got it.
Right.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So
And then is it the bushings that hold the bar in the tube?
Yep.
So if you lathe your bar down, you're going to have to get different bushings?
different bushings or something in there.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not going to get the same bar you have.
Yeah, probably not. You're
Yeah.
going to be a lot lighter weight, a little bit. You're going to be a lot lower center of gravity.
Yeah.
So Samantha is going to be a lot lower. And so, and you're going to be, you're not have this high up weight with the cab and body and everything in your truck.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I think you're a thinner sway bar is going to be great for you. And I'm going to start with a thick one and lay that down, see how it goes.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's updates on the 4Runner. I don't really have any other big updates. Yeah, I'm building a repeater. I've had all the parts for a while. I just need to get the time to sit down and do it. So I may do that now while the 4Runner, I don't have it to work on.
Right.
So, but other than that, well, I'll give updates on how that goes if it turns out good. If it turns out a disaster, they'll be like, we'll not talk about that one.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah, you went on a camping trip though.
I did.
So you got to do some fun activities.
Yeah. For the I went out camping last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
2 weekends ago now. We skipped over it to air the recovery of the ZJ, so that we'll talk about it this weekend. But lately I've just been doing house projects. Now that the assistant's not in school and the mini assistant's at her dad's house this week, it's been full bore getting the house ready.
Gotcha.
And trying to get into that house. And I had a sit down talk with the assistant and I said, what all do you want to get done before we move in? Because she wants to move in before she goes back to school. And she goes back to school in just barely over a month.
Wow. Beginning of August?
Yeah. And I'm like, so we have 1 month to move in.
Yep.
And get everything done.
Yep. What are we doing? What do you want to get done? Yeah.
What are you going to be okay with not changing by the time we move in, and maybe change after the fact?
Yeah.
So
Did
that
she
was
say
kind
that
of
you
an
guys
eye-opening.
Should go look at doorknobs?
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
But she was, in my opinion, she was a little over, like, didn't exactly realize that it was such a quick turnaround. And, because we're not going to have the master bathroom done.
Yeah.
The guest bathroom upstairs, which will be the mini assistant's bathroom, it has the floor ripped out right now. Still could be functional, just no floor.
Yeah.
But that's should be one of our main priorities. We did a lot of texturing this weekend and a bunch of painting, which I do have a question for any of you texture people out there. Because we mistakenly assumed that everything was flat on the ceiling. Because when we removed the popcorn ceiling, all the mud was there, and you didn't see the tape lines between the drywalls on the ceiling. But after the texture really accentuates any impurities or in misalignments of the drywall. And you can visibly see where the drywall is coming together in two places, like going down the center of our front room. And my buddy that was helping me do all the texturing, it was only after the fact that we realized that this was a mistake. And so his thought is, well, we have to float the entire ceiling and then retexture it again.
What is float?
That means we have to like put the hot mud and stuff up on the ceiling, make the entire ceiling flat again with like trowels and, like things to make it flat.
So you're bondoing.
Bondoing.
You're bondoing
the ceiling, filling in all the texture.
Wow.
To then texture it again to make it flat so that these things don't show up, because mainly for my understanding, it's like impossible to remove the texture besides sanding the entire ceiling.
Yeah. I would just get a orbital sander and
just sand away.
Well, you only have to do that seam, right?
Yeah. So this is the question. I don't know, is there a better way to do it?
Okay.
Like, because it does sound like a lot of work to float the entire ceiling, then to retexture it again, because then the ceiling heights are going to be different between some rooms also. So I'm kind of curious about how do we float, like, do we sand down a section and float it to be flat in one area and people just won't notice that the ceiling rises, a few millimeters or so. Any of you construction guys out there or anybody that knows how to do drywall and texturing, hit me up. If you guys have a better suggestion or a better way to do it, or if there's a quick solution, please let me know. Cause we have an entire front room that is now, we haven't moved forward on because we don't exactly know what the best steps to move forward on would be.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yep.
All right. Well, call in. Love to hear some feedback on that one.
Yeah. Call in 916-345-4744, or you can hit me up on Instagram or email Jimmy@SnailTrail4x4.com.
Sweet.
Besides that, we painted the entire ceilings of the house. And now, actually, I believe right now the assistant's probably at the house painting the walls.
Cool.
Yep. So our goal is to get the house painted in the matter of days. And then we did rip off all the baseboards, but I said I'm only going to focus on getting the baseboards done in like the bedrooms.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I can pull things away from the wall as needed, but I think we're going to want to set up the bedrooms and have them done.
Okay.
And then it's focusing on the bathroom, and then it's hopefully move-in time. Maybe.
Wow.
A good solid cleaning and then move-in time.
Yeah.
I don't know. So we'll see how that goes, but I'm not going to have a lot of off-road content in the next month or so because I'm in full house remodel mode.
Yeah.
Minus going to PNW.
Yeah, that's true for 10 days.
Yeah, for 10 days. So anyways, that's the house update.
Cool.
I did go camping a few weekends ago, and I do have some fun stories that I wanted to share with people.
Sweet.
But I did want to say the Devos light. Fantastic.
Still in love with it.
It's so awesome. It was so rad. I brought it out in the evening, and they all kind of had camp lanterns in a few areas. And I brought this light out and I extended it twice. But then I set it on top of the bear box and it lit up. We were playing cards and it lit up everything so well.
Nice.
It was silly. The people I go with they don't drink.
Okay.
Right. This group doesn't drink for religious reasons.
Okay.
I still had a cup of whiskey.
I didn't know you had any friends that don't
didn't drink.
Yeah.
No, I was still partaking. Anyways, but they get mad very easily at people that are loud at night.
Okay.
And I don't know why. It's so ridiculous. I even told the assistant, I'm like, their tolerance of noise is very low because they're not drinking.
Yeah.
And anybody that could be air quotes drinking, they get mad at.
Okay.
Right. And it's so bad.
Yeah.
So anyways, the campground next to us was playing a game. I don't know if it was flip cup or beer pong or something. But they were like, yeah, well, you did it. We're screaming and yelling. And so one of the kids went over there and told him, or not a kid, it was like a teenager, went over and said, hey, we have an infant next door. Can you guys keep it down a little? And they said, yeah, no problem. And they did, right? And they kept it down and it wasn't an issue. But then when at the end of the night, they're like, can you guys shut off your fucking light? It is so bright over here. Like you are completely lighting up everything, and they just got mad at us, and I was like, I'm sorry. I did not realize that it was lighting up your entire campground as well. I will be happy to turn it off.
Yeah.
And I lowered it down and I turned it down. I had it on two sides and I lowered it down to one side and dimmed it a bunch. And then we continued to play cards. But
dang it, Devos, you're making your lights too gay.
Yeah, exactly. So that was pretty funny and sort of ridiculous that, it's like, he got mad at us obviously for going and telling him to be quiet. So then his thing to complain about was our light was on. Yeah. But then it was pointed out to me later that it might not have even have been our light because the light on a camper that was there in our campground had its front light on at like the door and it was pointing sort of right at their camper. So I don't know who was really doing what.
Okay.
So anyways, but the Devos Light Ranger came in phenomenal at night for playing games around the camp table. So that was awesome.
Nice.
The next day we went, a lot of people went out on the boat and were hanging out. Pretty much the gentleman that owned the boat took all the kids out and then a few parents and they went out. And then a lot of us just went down to the beach, hung out. We went to Lake Shasta. Lake Shasta is like 4 feet from full. It is insane. I've never seen it so full in my life.
Yeah.
It looks fantastic. So we went and hung out at the beach and then pumped up the paddle boards and we're hanging out and the boat came back and they're like, do you guys want to come on the boat? You want to trade out? We're like, no, go ahead. Go back out. Have some more fun. So they went out and we started paddle boarding around and then we came back and we're like, wow, it's weird. They haven't came back yet. And then one of the people that was with us got a text message that said, the boat won't start.
Uh-oh.
We're having problems. And then shortly after that, we saw a sheriff boat like screaming in towards us on the water, and then slowed down. And then I like looked at it, and a bunch of kids were in the back of the sheriff's boat. So I walked down to the beach and grabbed the boat, as it comes up to the water. And I was like, hey, how's it going? And he's like, well, yeah, your guys' boat stopped working. I'm like, I understand that, but where's the boat? Like, and he's like,
tow it in?
Yeah. And he's like, well, the boat's really heavy. So we unloaded all the kids out of it, put it in this sheriff's boat, and then we got another sheriff's boat to tow the boat. It's like, okay, I get it. So we unloaded all the kids. It was really cool. The sheriffs like gave the kids stickers and some badges, and just were really light-hearted and witty about the whole situation.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was really, really good. In a way, it was nice to see the sheriffs doing a positive thing with the community, because a lot of times, they're always going after the bad people, and this time they're doing a favor for somebody.
Yeah.
Which, isn't a normal thing for a peace officer.
Yeah.
So it put them in good light.
Yeah.
Right. Which is not normal for them.
That would have been great if they were like, hey, what's going on with your guys' boat out here? Like, I'm sorry, we're stuck. It's not starting. We can't do anything. They're like, all right, well, we're gonna have to fine you for leaving your boat here in the middle of the lake.
Yeah, exactly. You haven't moved it in 5 minutes.
Oh man.
So the other boat, they towed it to us at the beach. It wasn't like a dedicated swimming area. It was just a beach. And the guy's like, you're really good at engines. Can you figure out what's going on? And I dove, I was like, I'll look. And I was like, what's happening? He's like, it's turning over, but nothing's happening. I'm like, okay, so there, there's only a few things that could go that an engine needs to run. I'm like,
suck, spark, bang, blow.
Exactly. And it's a fuel injected engine.
Okay.
So I was like, are you getting gas? And so he's like, here's where the gas is coming out of the tank. And so we pull that off, and I said, turn it over. Okay. No gas is coming out. I was like, okay, that's weird.
So fuel pump?
That's what I was
Okay.
like, where's your fuel pump? And so he's like, well, we'd have to take this thing off, but you can look under it. And I look under it, and I don't see any, it's like the filler sensor kind of thing is there, but there's no pump. So then I look on the engine, and they had this huge thing on the side of the engine that had a pulley on it. I'm like, I think this is your fuel pump.
Oh,
I think it
interesting.
sucks it out of your tank and throws it through that. I'm like, so we're pulling the side that is being sucked from the tank.
Yeah.
I was like, crank it over again. And I put my finger in front of the inlet, but it didn't feel like it was sucking very much,
Okay.
if at all. So I was like, well, we know that the fuel might be an issue. Let's look at spark. So we pulled a spark plug out, and I had him crank it and start it.
Put on your tongue.
Yeah, wasn't getting spark. And I put it near an engine, trying to ground it one way or another, and just held it there with no spark at all. I'm like, okay, there's something bigger going on here. You have a ground that's causing something not to work. You have a relay that's out. Where's your master fuse? And he's like, I don't know. I'm like, where's your fuse box? He's like, I don't know. And so it took us a while, and I just did a whole bunch of digging and looking around the boat, and I couldn't find anything. So we had a jet skier pull it over to the dock. We loaded it up. He tried to drive down to Reading in time to get it to a shop. He got it down there closing time, but they're like, yeah, we can't look at it right now. We're closing.
Yeah.
He's like, come on, it's something easy. And he's like, no,
never is
it's
easy.
not easy. It's we have to figure out where it's going wrong. And it was funny because another one of the people at the campground's like, come on, you're like the truck guy. You can't solve this. I'm like, this is
a boat.
Yeah, this is a boat.
You gotta call Donny.
It's got 4 more cylinders than I'm used to. Yeah, and and there's just a different engine entirely. I understand the basics, but it's not that simple. And there's something else going on here. It's not a generic problem. It's an electrical issue, is my guess. I haven't heard the outcome of it. He brought the boat back to camp. He never put it back in the water. I haven't heard what the outcome is yet.
Yeah.
So, but it was kind of fun. So that was kind of an interesting time where, the sheriffs came in and the boat was broken down, towed them all back. So, and then the other fun thing was, one of the nights when we were playing, around the campground, shortly after we all went to bed, 20 minutes after we all went to bed, we had a black bear come into camp.
Oh, fun.
Huge.
Really?
Huge biggest black bear I've ever seen in my life.
They usually don't get that big.
I don't know. I mean, that's what I thought. I don't know. Because brown bears can be blackish. I don't know if it was a brown bear, but brown bears can get larger. And we do have brown bears in California, but it was definitely black.
Okay.
So it was so black that you couldn't see it with the like a flashlight or a headlamp or
Really?
anything.
You'd see its eyes.
No, yeah, you would see its eyes and you'd see the silhouette, right?
Oh.
You'd be like, that void there, that there should, like, you notice how there's half of a tent?
Yeah.
Like, that's the bear.
Jeez.
But the bear was like as big, as tall as the bear box.
Wow.
Yeah, and a little longer.
Wow.
And the assistant's like, can't you just clap and like scare it away? And I'm like, I'm not doing it on this one. Yeah, this is one of those like that
The
scenario,
list
the
of
list that you
fighting
told me. You're
animals?
like, if I had to fight this one, I would lose.
Yeah.
Like if it was one of those little ones that comes up to like your knee.
It was a rat.
Yeah, maybe I could like deal with it. But this one, I'm not like, I'm just going to let it do its thing. It's going to know I'm here. If it comes any closer, I'll scream and yell and clap.
Uh-huh.
But I'm just going to let it eat the like almonds that it found and like kind of shoo it away after that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still, the bear boxes like did not lock.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were bad. And it knew that this bear box that we had did not lock.
So did it get in the box?
It got into the box. It actually took my tub out of the box, and took apart the tub. And then the thing is, like, we've also camped at this. Every time we go to Shasta, this is where we camp, and we've never had bear issues.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's because the lake's high and they're forest high, or if the bear, it's cold up high and the bears have come down, or there's just bear that's there and we've never seen them, which is probably the
right one, yeah.
the right one. So we really weren't too like, yeah, bears have never came. We don't need to really lock this up.
Uh-huh.
Apparently not the case. But also the bear knew that this one didn't lock,
Interesting.
because the next day I went down to clean up some of the trash and there was older trash along its path.
Oh, the same path.
The same path that it would take. You know, because I found our graham cracker box, and then I found our marshmallows a little farther down, and then I found other trash that was older that's been left down there. So that bear knew to go to that bear box.
Gotcha.
And grab stuff. But that bear was huge. You know, I was like, at first I said, oh, something's getting into the garbage. It's probably a raccoon or squirrel or something. I'll be right back. And I went down and I was like, it's not a raccoon.
That's a big raccoon.
I didn't say it. Yeah. I didn't say it. And she's like, what is it? And I'm like, it's not a raccoon. She's like, what is it? And then I was like, it's a bear. And then she's like, where? And I'm like, right there. I'm shining my light at it. I can't see it, you know? And but her angle, there was trees and stuff in the way. And there was one of our other camp tent, like other campers was in their tent and they got out of there. He was at the door of his tent. So we were both shining our lights at the bear. And that was the only reason I saw it, because there was a silhouette
from the other side.
Yeah, from the other side at me.
Wow.
And then once the bear walked away, the assistant saw the bear and she's like, that's a big bear.
Jeez.
So then there was still some campgrounds up that were down the lake from us. So I went down to them and I said, hey, we just had a bear in our camp. Just wanted to let you know. The first campground was just some dudes sitting around having a few beers and like, thanks, appreciate it. We'll do a really good job at cleaning up tonight. So cool. And then I went to the next one down and it was these like, I don't know, or late 20s kids partying, having a great time, you know? And I was like, hey guys, I want to let you know that you should clean up really well tonight. We just had a bear in our camp and, you know, you got a lot of stuff out. So just heads up, you know, do what you want. But it was literally just at our camp.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh man, thanks. Really appreciate it. You know, and like they had like 2 tables and they're both completely full of red Solo cups. They had 2 huge steaks out on the grill.
Wow.
And it was like midnight, you know, and they were plowed. When I walked up, I was like, hey guys. And they're like, hey, do you believe in God? You know, and I'm like, I believe in bears.
Yeah, there's a bear.
There's one right over there. And they're like, cool. And then they're like, all right, thanks, man. We appreciate it. We'll clean up tonight. You want a shot? I'm like, yeah, I'll take a shot. Pulled out some Jameson.
Nice.
Just to swig off the bottle. And I handed it back to him. And I was like, all right, guys, see you later.
Nice.
Yeah, didn't sleep well that night because just was my daughter and her cousin were sleeping in a tent outside. And so I was like very light.
Every little noise.
Every noise. I was waking up like, okay, what is that over by the tent? What's going on? And at some point, the mini assistant got out of the tent to go to the bathroom. And I heard her and I hopped out. And I'm like, I'm going to walk you to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And then I started hearing some noise in like the thicket across the road from us. And I was like, okay, let's take you back to the tent. And then I went over to the thicket and there was 2 deer in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I was like, okay. Like if the deer are here,
Yeah.
the bear's probably not here.
I don't know. I don't know if black bears,
If they'll attack a
if
deer.
they'll go after a deer. Yeah.
Well, they don't attack dead things.
Yeah.
They won't eat, that's why you play dead, right?
Yeah.
So
I figure they're
I don't
mostly
know.
foragers, right? They're not really usually predatorial.
I don't know the answer to that.
Okay.
But I figured I would assume they would take down a deer if they were hungry.
Yeah. Maybe if it's an easy target, say an injured deer or maybe a baby one or something. And
I don't know. But yes, I got thought back to our list that we did a few episodes ago about, I can't beat that one. It's not going to happen. And I haven't yet, but I think before my next camping trip, I'm going to get some bear spray.
it's probably smart.
Yeah. 'Cause I have pots and pans. That's what I got for my defense. I got pots and pans and a pocket knife.
I have a 9mm, right?
Yeah.
And it's like,
That won't do anything.
it's just from everything I've been learning lately about bears and, bears attacking you, that doesn't do anything.
No.
They just,
You got to wait for it to
off.
pounce on you, and then you shoot it under its jaw, and then maybe you'll get a reaction from it.
Bear spray is definitely, with bear encounters, that's the best way
Yeah.
to avoid a bear encounter.
Mm-hmm. Somebody at camp was saying that they make a gun that, and I don't know if you can call it a gun, but it shoots projectile bear spray balls.
Oh, like a pepper, God, what are those called for riots?
Yeah.
It's like a pepper ball shooter.
Yeah, exactly. And they make it like a handgun,
Oh,
and you can shoot these pepper balls at them.
gotcha.
So I was like, oh, that might be fun. And they were saying that they're legal to carry around open carry because it's not a gun.
Oh, because not a
I'm
gun.
like, that'd be kind of funny. I could get myself into trouble with that.
Yeah, you could.
But I've had a few run-ins with encounters, but usually they've all been smaller bears, and I haven't been like, I think I could take some
like life or death.
life or death. I might be able to handle that, or I'd be beat up, but I could probably handle it.
Yeah.
But after seeing this one, I was like, and having the kiddo around, I thought that, okay, like
just make sure
I need some sort of
just
defense.
make sure you put your bear spray on before you leave home.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I did pee.
That's a
I don't know
trick.
if it's true, but I did start peeing all over,
The
all
camp
around the
area.
campground to marking my territory.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if that's a true thing, if that sort of marks territory that way for bears or not, but I was doing it. I peed all around the girls' tent. Yeah. I'm like, no, you're not coming over here.
Yeah.
Like I don't care if you eat the damn almonds, but I'll get in front of you in front of that girl's tent.
Yeah. Did you hear about the dude that sprayed his family with bear spray because he thought it worked the same as like mosquito repellent?
Oh my gosh. Are you serious?
Yes. Sent them all to the hospital.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I was laughing. Sorry. I was like,
That's like the guy driving up to the snow with chains on his tire down by Gilroy.
Yes, exactly.
In San Jose area.
Yes.
I need chains, so I'm going up to the highway. You don't need them here.
Yeah. 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 Chain control says we need chains up at the Donner Pass to get up there. It's like, you're
2 hours, 3 hours away from there.
Oh man.
Oh man. Somebody shot their family with bear spray. That's sad.
Yeah. Bear spray. Apparently they didn't read the instructions of the bear spray. I don't know what but they lined their family up and sprayed them as if it was like mosquito repellent, like bear repellent or something. Yeah.
Jeez.
Anyways.
Yeah.
So cool, man. That sounds like a fun weekend.
It was a fun weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a party weekend. It was a relaxing time out at the lake. Heading out there. I don't know why. I think I was upset or mad on the way there. And I'm not entirely sure what set me off, but I think it was the fact that we packed so much crap.
Okay.
And I was like, why are you still bringing things out to the truck? Like we're not going to use it all. We don't have it all. Like, what's the point of this? It's like, I even packed a bag for myself, and I didn't wear half the clothes that I packed. Right.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I overpacked, but we brought the paddle boards. We brought the mini assistance, like kayak, we brought all these sand toys. We brought, I don't know, a food bin, the cooler, the fridge, and all that. And that filled up, well, minus the kayak, that fills the bed of the truck up.
Yeah.
And then we got all of our bedding, all of our suitcases or whatever, our luggage, all all kinds of stuff. And I was like, there's no more room. Like there's no, and it's like we've had the whole behind the driver's side packed to the ceiling. We had the whole bed of the truck full, and the kayak was on top of the rooftop tent.
Wow.
I was like, stop bringing stuff out here. Like, or I'm going to have to go home and get Clifford.
Yeah.
Like, and you guys can't get in and out of the passenger door.
Yep.
So what do you want to do?
Yeah. Well,
that's
like,
all right, we'll start back. And I really do think they find it hilarious that I'm decent at Tetris. So they find it, they're like, how much more stuff can we throw in there?
Yeah.
But I was pissed. I was not happy. The assistant called it Salty Jim.
Salty Jim?
Yeah. I was being salty.
Yeah.
But yeah, once we got up there and I got to put my feet in the lake, I got better.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think that's what I need. I need to get up to a lake. Like we got up to our last camping adventure.
Towards the unknown location.
Towards the undisclosed location area.
Yeah.
It was, we were kind of near a river. We had a creek. We had to hike down a 200-foot embankment that was super steep, and I had to cut a tree, the downed fallen tree that was blocking the little hiking path. I had to cut that out of the way. But like it was still a steep hike down there, so it wasn't like something we could just like leisurely get over to and lounge by and put your feet in the lake or river or something. So
right.
I need more of that. I need some Spider Lake or Buck Island in my life, or some springs. So cool, man. Anything else?
No, I think that's it. It was a good weekend. A lot of fun to get out with family, see family. But
nice.
Yeah, if you have any comments or questions, feel free to write in. You can find Tyler on Instagram or at 4x4 Toyota Tyler. I'm over at SnailTrail4x4. You can email us, Jimmy or Tyler, at SnailTrail4x4.com. Or you can phone in 916-345-4744 and let me know how I can solve my ceiling problems.
I like it. And with that, Jimmy, any final words for everybody out there?
Bear spray.
And with that, my friends, keep crawling.
I got one for you.
If you say so, I'm ready.
A guy walks into a bar.
Ow.
He got disqualified from the limbo contest.
Okay.
We're ready for that one, huh?
Sure.
Usually when that starts, it's a whole different way.
Yeah.